You know the golden rule of IT, right? When something breaks, what is the absolute first thing you do?
You turn it off and on again.
Exactly, the universal fix. But here's the thing.
Okay.
How do you actually do that when the frozen server is locked away in a rack hours away?
Or a router inside a kiosk on the other side of the country.
Yeah.
That's the truck roll, and it's exactly the problem we're digging into today. We're looking at a piece of hardware with a very utilitarian name.
The NTI PWR-RMT-RBT-C13-D.
Right.
It just rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it?
It really does. But the description is a lot clearer. A low-cost remote power reboot switch.
Okay, that makes more sense.
And our mission for this deep dive is to see how this little box bridges that gap between, a physical power plug and digital remote control.
Because we're not just talking about a fancy extension cord here.
No, not at all. We're looking at some serious automation and even sensor capabilities that act like an insurance policy for your gear.
All right, let's unpack this. At a glance, it looks like a standard piece of rack equipment. It's got those IEC320 C13 outlets.
Which are just the standard computer power plugs we all use, basically.
Right. But the magic is in the brain inside the box.
That's the RMT or remote part. This device puts those outlets on your network. So instead of driving to the site, you just log into a web interface or use an API.
And you can just cut the power and bring it back up from anywhere.
From anywhere. But here's where it gets really interesting. It doesn't just wait for you to click a button.
It has that feature called auto ping.
Exactly. This is the fascinating part. It's essentially a self-healing mechanism. You can tell the switch to monitor, say, up to 2 IP devices.
By pinging them?
Yeah, it just keeps pinging them. And if those devices suddenly stop replying...
Meaning they've frozen or crashed?
Precisely. The switch detects that silence. And then it acts. It automatically cycles the power to reboot them.
So it's the turn it off and on again trick, but it's fully automated.
Right. You might not even know the server went down because this thing fixed it before you even got the alert.
That's a game changer for remote sites. Now, we mentioned the name earlier, that D at the end of the model number. That's not just random, is it?
No, it's really significant. The D stands for the digital inputs and outputs on this model. This is what takes it from a simple power switch to a smart environmental monitor.
Okay, so what does that mean? What kind of inputs?
It has 2 digital inputs that you can connect to sensors.
So like a water detector?
Exactly. Think about a server room in a basement. If a water sensor connected to this switch detects a leak,
it can kill the power.
It can be programmed to automatically shut down power to the equipment. You sacrifice a little uptime to save the hardware from getting fried.
That is really smart. And it has outputs too.
Yes. 2 digital open collector outputs. These work as triggers. So if an event happens, like that water detection, the switch can drive a relay to activate something else.
Like a siren or a big warning lamp.
You got it.
It's surprisingly versatile. I also saw a security tip in the notes that I hadn't even thought about.
Oh, yeah.
You can use this to keep sensitive devices totally powered off when you aren't using them.
It's a great point. I mean, if the device has no power, it has no digital footprint. Hackers can't find or compromise a server that's physically off.
So you only power it on remotely when you actually need to access it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's ground this in some tech specs for a second. We're talking about a device that handles up to 15 amps. It works in temperatures from MEDIC 4 all the way up to 167 degrees Fahrenheit.
So whether it's in a freezing warehouse or a hot server closet, it just keeps running.
And the price point listed is $210.
Which, when you think about it, is probably less than a single tank of gas for that service truck we talked about. The return on investment is immediate.
No question. So what this all really means is we have a device that's like an infrastructure guardian.
I like that. It automates the most basic yet most essential IT task there is. It connects the dots between physical safety, like water detection, and digital uptime.
It really does.
But, it does raise an important question. The source material mentions you can cascade these units, hooking them up in sequence.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So if we're relying on this $210 switch to monitor our very expensive servers, and we're trusting it to reboot them automatically.
What's the fail-safe?
What safeguards do we need to make sure the monitor doesn't fail? Who reboots the rebooter?
Yeah, something to think about next time you reach for that power button. Thanks for listening to this deep dive.